my sugars. How you guys doing today? It's your girl Precious.
And this your boy Ray.
And you are watching Precious and Ray's Empire. If this is your first time coming on, please like, share, subscribe, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you won't miss any more of our videos.
Yes. Also, we love feedback. Keep it respectful though.
Yes.
Because I look at the comments daily. So be mindful of what you make your comments on.
Well, you guys, today is Relationship Monday.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. As you see the background, as we said last week, every Monday you're going to see this background here. And that's Relationship Monday.
Well, guys, listen. As you guys know, we are pastors, okay? So we're going to keep it real. We're going to keep it 100. And we're going to talk about what? Relationships. But in this case, we're going to talk about foundation of your relationship.
Oh, yeah. Foundation. That's what relationships is built on. A very solid foundation. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. First of all, you guys, listen. If you're married, I want to talk to the married couples right now. Okay. Foundation. Married, I don't care. You could be married 20 years, 30 years. If you don't have a solid foundation, it can have a crack in it.
Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. And in order for a marriage to have a solid foundation, you have to build your relationship brick by brick, just like you building a house.
Exactly.
You have to make sure the ground is level first, because once the ground is level, then you can start building it brick by brick, as I said. And as you build it brick by brick, then you can cement it, each layer. Just like a house is in layers, a marriage is in layers. Just like the seed. When you plant the seed, it needs water, soil, and sunlight.
That's right.
Same in a marriage. And the same in the foundation. Once you shower and I'm speaking to the men, the married men, if you shower your wife with love, affection, stability, those three important keys, you're going to have a happy wife. And your foundation is going to be even more solid. Wouldn't you agree, wife?
Oh, yes. I'm very happy.
As long as you treat your wife as you would treat a rose or a flower, it's going to bloom beautiful. And what you put into it, man, the woman is going to express it outwardly.
That's true. And in that note, other people will begin to start to see it. See, a lot of people that know us, or even that don't, literally are watching how my husband and I react with each other. And, they literally say to us, like, I want a marriage like you guys, or I wish I had a relationship like you guys. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to say this. If God ain't in it, it's going to become a crack. Because when God is not in it, you allow the enemy to come in. You allow him to come in. It's like a playground for him. Because he comes to what? Kill, steal, and destroy.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So he's coming to do whatever he can to destroy your foundation. Believe it. Okay? But if you don't build that foundation on a solid ground, which is God, number one, okay? You got to build that on his foundation. Meaning you got to seek God like never before. You got to pray. You got to fast. You got to let God know when you and your spouse going through whatever, you're supposed to go to God. You don't go to social media. You don't go to your family. You don't do none of those things. You go to God. God And you and him is the only people, in that equation right there. Okay? God, your husband, wife. Okay?
Absolutely. And as you start seeing cracks in your foundation, that's where it can evaporate like quicksand if you don't go to God for him to help you in your areas where you're weak at, where the foundation is weak at.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you continue to allow it, continue to the crack to get bigger, watch this now, your whole foundation will falter.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll give way.
Right.
And that way the water get into it, everything to get into your foundation.
Right.
And watch this, once your foundation is gone, your marriage is gone.
Yeah. So the thing is in your relationship, who are you talking to? Because I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna be real with you guys. If you married, no single person has any business being in your relationship.
Exactly.
None. So when you get mad at your spouse and you get on that phone and be like, girl, he don't did this, girl, he don't did this, whatever. And even though she said, well, girl, I've been married before, but guess what? Every marriage, just because she was married doesn't mean it was a solid foundation. It doesn't mean that God was in it. It doesn't mean that she is the go-to person to talk about what you and your spouse is going through. Okay? So you go to God, you allow God to work on your marriage so that way it can become stronger. Pray with your spouse. Well, yeah, whatever y'all going through, pray.
Exactly.
Okay? And I'm gonna even say this here, even for the ones that want to get married, but you may be scared to say, you know what? Me and him been together for so long. If we was to get married now, it may falter. But guess what? See God. Did God tell you? Because I'm going to tell you, when a man findeth a wife, findeth a good thing and have favor upon the Lord. So guess what? He going to seek you because they are hunters. They are hunters. God has appointed them to be hunters for us, to seek us. Okay? So this here thing about a woman going to a man to ask for marriage and all that, no, baby, that's backwards. The devil wants you to know that's no. He come and seek you. Okay? He comes to you and asks for your hand in marriage.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to tell you something else too. Women. Men, as my wife said, men are natural hunters. But as a man, I'm also saying that men are natural protectors. Once we have found our wives, right, we do whatever it takes to protect our wife.
That's right.
Make sure she's stable.
Right.
Because one thing about a man, and I can attest, a man could say he loves you all day, every day, but his actions will speak louder than words.
Excuse me.
When that man is in love with that particular woman, mm-hmm, he shows it. He can't hide it.
That's right.
And as for me, I can't hide that I'm in love with this one. I can't hide it. It's written all over my face that I am truly in love with what God has brought to me.
No.
Women, and I think my wife will confirm what I'm saying. Women are natural nurturers, they're natural birthers,
right, and
they natural builders.
Right.
Because without the woman building within the home, mm-hmm, or in other words, as I said earlier, men, if you're building your wife the type of stability that she needs, that she's able to be stable, and she's looking up to you, and she sees she's well protected. Mm-hmm. When you give a woman those things, you give her love, the nourishment, and everything that she needs emotionally. Mm-hmm. everything else will fall into place, and your foundation inside will be more solid than anything. It'll withstand storms even. It'll withstand many rumors. It will withstand everything as long as you as the man, you as the husband,
Right.
the head of your household, as long as you are showing your wife stability, as long as you are showing her love, as long as you are showing her affection, and as long as you are supplying the needs, not just for her, but for the household,
Right.
she will make your entire house a happy home.
Absolutely.
It's like that phrase go, happy wife, happy life.
Absolutely.
And that's a true statement, man.
Absolutely.
We got to ensure that our wives are well off.
In that note, I'm going to say this. Relationships, you have to learn to listen to one another. If you don't listen to one another, you're talking over a person, you know what I'm saying? Wait till that person talk. Wait till they finish whatever they got to say. Then you express your feelings, how you feel. But when you guys are talking over each other to where you can't listen to one another speak, you know what I'm saying? You know, you got to be able to talk. You got to be able to sit down and just communicate. Communication is key. You got to have communication. Without that, you got nothing. Okay? Without trust, there's nothing. You got to build trust in your relationship. Without that, I'm sorry, you guys, you're going to have a rocky. Because guess what? They're going to always be, what you did? Where you going? How long you going? How long you going to be? You know what I'm saying? It's going to always be something. You know what I'm saying? That's going to cause him or even her to want to say, you know what? I might as well go out there and do what they keep thinking I'm doing it anyway. But see, that is the trick of the enemy to say, you know what? Go out there and do it. He already thinking you cheating. She already thinking you cheating. Go ahead and do it. No. Come together. Come together, you guys. The relationship has to be built on solid ground. Solid ground. Okay? That integrity. Listen to me, you guys. Okay? When it comes to your relationship, learn to listen to one another. Seek God first. Okay? Let me tell you something. Go to God and ask God, is that my wife? Is that my husband? Because I'm going to tell you, God going to let you know. Because he let me and my husband know. Okay? And I know that's going to be a different video. Okay? That's going to be a different video. But you got to be able to listen to your spouse in order for you guys to really build a foundation. Yes, you're going to have problems. You're going to have ups and downs. Don't every relationship does. You know what I'm saying? But can you weather the storm? Can you weather that storm when it comes? Because it's going to come. You're going to have all kind of issues that come up. But, you know, it's about you. It's about me and him. At the end of the day, it's about me and him. Seriously. When I tell me and him, constantly say, baby, it's just me and you.
Yep.
It's about me and you. Okay? Because at the end of the day, when it comes to a marriage, it's about you and that spouse. Nothing else. Nobody but God, you, and that person. Okay? That's it. And that's how you build. People say, how long you guys been married? Well, this make 15 years for us. Okay? 15 years. And I pray for another 15, 30, whatever years that God has planned for us. You know what I'm saying? But you got to continue to seek God on your relationship. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely. Because, and again, this could be another video. You have to be careful who you bring into your marriage.
Oh, God.
Because
oh, yes.
it goes back to something she said earlier. Single people have no business in married people's affairs.
Absolutely.
Because a single person can't tell you nothing about marriage. They can only tell you from a single person's point of view.
Mm-hmm.
And if you, the man, or you, the woman, is not strong enough to decipher what it really is,
Right.
the crack in the foundation will start from right there.
From right there.
It could start from one simple word,
That's true.
or one simple sentence, and a small little crack will come into it.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because the words that a single person say could mean the difference between the marriage staying strong and then problems starting to take place in your foundation.
Right. Right.
See, foundation. The way the foundation is built is very important.
Right. Because it all starts with that seed.
Absolutely.
That seed. If a friend puts something in your ear and tell you something about your spouse, she or he just planted a seed. They have just planted a seed into your brain. And once you plant that seed, and you already know seeds grow, right? When that seed grow in your thought constantly, you're going to be thinking about that.
That's right.
You're going to be like, you know what? And I'll tell you what the enemy will do. He will literally make allow, something will take place. It don't even be what it is, okay? With your spouse, to where you thinking, I'm just going to say, he can get held up at work. He's supposed to, now mind you, this is an example. He can get held up at work. He's supposed to get off at a certain time, right? Now you already know your spouse comes to the door by a certain time. So this particular day he comes home a little bit later. So you sit up here like, now wait a minute, this ain't like my husband, or this ain't like my boyfriend, whatever, to come in by this time or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now the devil already planning in your brain that something wrong. Oh, he probably out there cheating. You remember what your girl said? He probably out there cheating. Now he trying to think of a lie before he come through the door. He thinking of a lie to tell me. You know what I'm saying? This is what take place. You can't allow that to happen. But one thing about it, if he is cheating, guess what? What's done in the dark comes to the light.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna get shown. I don't care how you ain't even gotta look for it. God will reveal that thing to you so clear. He will bring it to you so big and open to let you know your spouse is cheating. Okay? You ain't gotta do nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And true enough, you can also shut a lot of that down by simple communication. I'll give you a perfect example. There was one particular time about a year ago to where I anticipated on getting off at my regular time. But once I saw that the time was getting a little bit later and it was getting close to that time, I immediately got on the phone and called my wife and said, "Sweet baby, I'm sorry to wake you up, but I am going to be later than usual. I haven't been relieved yet, and I'm waiting on my relief. Hopefully I'll be out of here 15 minutes after the hour." See, just with that simple communication,
Right.
shuts down the worrying, shuts down the wondering.
Right.
A lot of people say, "Oh, you always reporting to someone. You always got to report to your wife or your spouse." You have to keep the foundation solid.
Right. And it builds trust by him doing that, and waking me up, because my husband already know I don't like to get waken out of my sleep. But if he know it's going to, keep riffraff taking place with the marriage or whatever, of course he's gonna call me. You know what I'm saying? So it's times, because see, my husband work overnight, so it's times when I'm waking up out of my sleep, because I'm one of those wives that when he's not here, I can't sleep. And you guys probably have that, have that issue as well. When your spouse is not in the bed with you, you can't sleep. So that's me, because I toss and turn, because he's not in the bed with me. But when I do get into a deep sleep, I wake up and I'm like, okay, my husband's not here. You know what I'm saying? Okay, what time is it? And I look at the time. Oh, Lord, he ain't here yet. Normally he's in here about such and such. So I'm like, oh, Lord, let me get on the phone. Sometimes I've been on slept through him calling me. I'm like, oh, he called me. So I listen to my voicemail, and he'll leave me a voicemail, and I'll be like, oh, okay, baby, okay. So then I call him like, I got your message. You know what I'm saying? So there's, like I said, communication is key. You know what I'm saying? And trust. You know what I'm saying? So that builds trust. Okay? So you got to have trust in your relationship. Without that, you guys have nothing. I'm telling you, it's going to fall. It's going to literally fall to the ground.
It'll be reduced to rubbles.
Yes.
I watched marriages fall through the years.
Yes.
And I said to myself, not mine.
Right. So this is a solid foundation. This is God ordained. Okay? That's going to be another video, a God ordained relationship. Because a lot of times we can be in a relationship, but that's another video. We're going to talk about that. Okay? So you guys, we're going to end this video. Okay? Because we don't been on here long enough, you guys.
Yep.
So, like I said, like, share, subscribe. If this is your first time coming on, we appreciate you guys for supporting us, and we love you guys, and we're glad to be back on. And until then, what?
We'll see you in
On
the next video.
God bless you guys.